It seems like the Ratchet and Clank series has been around forever. Over the years, each iteration has tweaked and finessed the gameplay while never straying too far from its roots. And here we are, almost 9 years later, with Insomniac's latest release in the series not only representing some of the best action platforming out there, but also a game that's just a lot of fun. Ratchet & Clank Future: A Crack in Time kicks off with this clever bit of exposition that fills you in on everything you need to know from the previous games. Clank has been kidnapped by the Zoni and delivered to Dr. Nefarious in the hopes that Clank will be able to unlock the secrets of the time-manipulating structure known as the Great Clock. Ratchet, on the other hand, is traveling through the galaxy trying to find clues that will lead him to his little robotic buddy. All of this sets the stage for Ratchet's action-packed planet-hopping quest and Clank's more time-based, puzzle-driven missions inside the Great Clock. With the two characters separated, Ratchet will mostly be rolling solo, though he'll occasionally be joined by an ally such as the over-the-top Captain Quark.
Oh, great. This rain is going to be murder on my spandex.
You'll hardly have time to miss Clank though, as you'll be continually buying, collecting, and upgrading all sorts of ridiculous weapons and gadgets throughout the game. A Crack in Time introduces the modular Constructo line of weapons, which allows you to find and change the parts for a given gun, giving you the ability to customize it to your liking. It's a great system, and the parts for each Constructo weapon really do enhance its properties, enough so that I wound up relying on them through most of my playthrough. There are plenty of other weapons though, and you'll be happy to know they're all as satisfying as they are useful. You'll see the return of a few favorites like the always entertaining Groovatron glove and the rocket launching negotiator. But you'll also get access to some of the game's more bizarre loadouts like the shotgun-esque Sonic Eruptor and the Rift Inducer 5000, which tears open a dimensional hole, allowing a tentacle beast to poke through and devour your enemies for a limited time. All the weapons upgrade and become slightly better as you use them to a maximum level of 5, at which point they transform into a souped-up version of its former self with slightly modified properties. The upgrades come quickly enough that you'll be encouraged to max out favorites and experiment with others just because you'll be constantly rewarded for doing so. Aside from the weapons, you'll get items that will help you with the platforming and puzzle-solving elements, though the real standout here are the hover boots. These not only allow you access to new areas of the game, but they also make traveling the world a lot faster, speeding up the process of feeding that urge to collect everything. Ratchet also has access to an upgradable ship, and you'll be able to directly control it as you scour the galaxy for bolts and upgrades. You'll gain access to new ship features by collecting stray Zoni that are scattered throughout the various levels and planetoids. These upgrades will allow you access to new areas and give you an edge for some of the game's so-so space combat portions. While it's great to be able to drop onto any of the smaller planets and go about your business at your leisure, the space combat can be a little dull, with Ratchet just spamming out missiles and barrel rolling his way to victory. So while Ratchet is destroying everything in his path, Clank is tucked away inside the Great Clock solving puzzles, and he's kinda up to all sorts of crazy time-bending antics. Now don't get me wrong, there's definitely some platforming and fighting to be had while controlling Clank, but the real meat comes from the insidious time puzzles he'll encounter along the way. These usually involve recording multiple versions of yourself in order to trigger events that will eventually lead to you opening a door on the other side of a room. You'll max out at 4 recordings on the later puzzles, but you'll be re-recording over each slot multiple times and wind up in some crazy time ballet. And even though you'll have set all these actions and motions, you'll be amazed that this crazy orchestration is actually working. It's all really rewarding, and not only for your ego, but also in the many bolts you'll receive once you solve a puzzle. If you don't care so much about the mind games or the bolts, you can opt to skip them, but you'd really be robbing yourself of some great time-shifting fun. All of this insanity is set against one of the more visually stunning games to date. All the areas are gorgeous with bright colors and interesting designs that really make this decidedly cartoonish world feel alive. The animations in the game are also some of the best in the business. From the feature film quality cutscenes to the giggle-inducing Groovatron dances, everything in A Crack in Time moves in an appropriately exaggerated manner. It really makes you feel like you're playing through an animated film. The voice acting and music tie it all together, making the presentation one that really shouldn't be missed.
So much for clean underwear.
So though the humor in the game could fall a bit on the corny side, I definitely found myself chuckling through my playthrough, which lasted roughly around 11 hours. That was with some pretty solid collection going on, which aside from the action, was probably the most rewarding part of my experience. Everything about Ratchett and Clank Future of Crack in Time is set up to keep you rewarded and eager to go out and find more. With its excellent style and varied yet refined gameplay, and a well-implemented collection and upgrade mechanic, this definitely is the best, although the last installment in the Future series, and really has something for just about anyone.
Dance, you fools!